A demonic date from hell.
This guy meets a woman. She seems fine at first. And then when she goes to meet his parents, the true side comes out. Then she manifests a demon. I'm not kidding. Listen to the story, guys. This is a crazy story.
I've had in. All right, you guys want to hear one of the worst dates I've had in a long time, a really long time. It was kind of recently too, and I've kind of feared sharing it because it really creeped me out. Like, so, dude, it's if you believe in demons, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this. Okay, so this girl and I were talking. I'm like, wow, this is great. Like, we're really getting along. We should meet. I'm like, okay, yeah, all right, let's meet. We meet, and she actually was coming to where I lived, near where I lived, I should say, because she was thinking about moving there, and she was coming to check it out. And I told her I'd give her a tour, like whenever she decided to come. And one day she decided to go. Well, we meet, everything's going great, and we're really hitting it off. Wow. Like, keep in mind, this girl tells me that she's a real estate agent. That's what she tells me. Lives down in Florida. She's a real estate agent, and that she's a believer in Jesus. Like, those are the important questions I got out of the way. I got those out of the way quickly. Well, we get there. Everything's great. We're vibing. We're having a great time. We're having a fantastic time. Like, I had all this stuff planned, and we went and did all kinds of stuff. And it was a great time. Great dates. Great chemistry. Whatever. It was awesome. Goes and meets my brothers. Brothers loved her. She was cool. Then she goes and meets my mom. And I don't let anyone meet my mom. Like, I don't. But I was like, I've been talking to this girl for months now, and I like her. So I'm going to have her meet my mom, have my mom vet her out. Well, not even, and this is the importance of bringing whoever you are interested in to your family, because not even 5 minutes in to the conversation of meeting her, I found out that she tells them, she's like, yeah, my mom's like, so you're a believer, like, blah, blah, blah. She's like, yeah. I believe in Jesus. I'm a Muslim. We're like, and I had no idea. My mom is like
Muslim, huh?
The look on my mom's
That's not a Christian.
The look on my mom's face, she was like, oh, she looks over at me and she's like, Muslim. You're Muslim. Huh? Interesting. Connor told me that you were a believer, as in like Christian. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a second. You're Muslim? And she's like, yeah. Well, we believe in Jesus. We just think he's a prophet. I'm like, oh, this is where I messed up. I should have asked a more detailed question. I didn't realize that until now. Now I know. What do you mean by believe in Jesus? This is not even the worst part of it, guys. Not even close. So my mom then is like, opened up Pandora's box at this point, and she is just going in on these questions. Like, this girl, I find out, has so much trauma. Like, oh my God, like the fact that she's alive right now, crazy. But good for you. Proud of you for getting that far. However, you chose the wrong team. We'll get to that in a second. We then go back to my house because we're gonna just like cook some dinner and hang out. And at this point, I'm like, Connor, she leaves tomorrow. Like, so just be a good host. This clearly isn't going anywhere. So make the food. We're laughing, blah, 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 blah. And she then begins to tell me how she's like really into me. She sees herself marrying me. And what do I view like marriage like? And I'm like, oh, thanks. Well, I view marriage, monogamously. No platon, like, what is it? Poly, no poly stuff. Don't bring other people into it. Very.
But if you are a Christian, you should not be yoked with another from a different faith. It's going to cause nothing but problems. Don't believe me? Look at Solomon.
Loyal, faithful, want to have kids, want to go to church every weekend, read our Bibles together, pretty traditional wife. I want to work while she stays at home, cooks for the kids and I, and cleans the house, and just stuff like that. If she wants to work, cool. Like, I'm all right with that, but it doesn't have to be a mandatory thing. It's only if she wants to. Well, she then begins to tell me, like, what do you think about threesomes? I'm like, what do you mean what I think about threesomes? She's like, yeah, so when I'm married, I want to make sure that we always have like other people involved. It's like,
What?
oh God, this is not the girl that I've been talking to for 3 months who tells me she loves Jesus and then like reading her Bible and all these things.
Wow.
And I'm like, oh, interesting. And then the truth comes out. She's not a real estate agent. She works at a strip club. That's
a bit different.
She then, for 15, 20 minutes straight, is starting to try to convince me to go to a strip club that night. I'm like, no, I don't do that. Like, I'm not into that. I think it's kind of degrading and gross. And just, no, I'm good. She's like, no, do it. You're such a, like, calling me these names. And then it starts getting like really offensive, like yelling at me, like, you're such a little bitch, like, little pussy, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm like, and excuse my language, I'm sorry, but I'm like, all right, you're kind of getting disrespectful now. Like, you're in my house. I've clearly told you my boundary. I don't want to go there. Please stop bringing it up. And now you're calling me these names. Like, no, that's enough. Please drop it. Let's change the conversation. At this point, I'm like, this is strike 3, dude. Like,
you gotta go.
If there is a way to get this girl out of your house, do it. So immediately, I'm just like, kind of like a little PO'd, but I'm cool. You know, I'm relaxed. I'm like, it's whatever. Like, let it go. Like, it's fine. It's fine. I go out to my truck. So always before, like, I don't know. I just always grab my Bible from the truck. I don't know why, but I always have it with me. Like, it's always, see, like, even right now, I keep it with me all the time. Like, I bring it wherever I go. If I go inside, I bring it inside. If I go in the truck, Like, I don't know. It's just me. Well, I go in, I'm like, oh, I forgot. Bring my Bible inside. After, like, and we were just laughing for a little bit because I had let it go. And I kind of settled. We were just laughing. And we were laughing, playing. As soon as I bring the Bible inside, literally, as soon as I bring the Bible inside, put it on the counter, she starts screaming at me, like, angry. She's like, my head hurts. I just have a headache. Leave me alone. I'm like,
whoa.
What? Whoa. I'm like, and after like a little bit, I'm like, are you all right?
You had all the signs.
I got a headache. Leave me alone. My head hurts. Gosh, you just don't know when to shut up. I'm like, okay, all right. And so I sat there for a second. I'm like, all right. I go to the cabinet, I grab a bottle of water, and I grab some Advil. I'm trying to be a good host, okay? And I give her the water and the Advil. I'm like, hey, I'm sorry that your head hurts. Like, here's some Advil, here's some water. This might help you. Usually helps me if I have a headache. Really calm, very calm like that. No, thank you, nothing. She just throws it out of my hand. And she's like, literally goes off on me. Like, you fucking you bitch.
This is at her mom's, at his mom's house.
Pushing me and like,
right?
Oh, I'm like, whoa. This is not happening here. And so I'm like, will you kindly go gather your things and get in the vehicle? I'm taking you to the airport. I think it's time for you to go home. I think this tour is over. Like, so I go and I drop her at the airport. And that was my date. Never heard from her again. I blocked her. So,
wow.
Woo! Life's a movie. And I only say that she was demon possessed because, and here's why.
So, there was a couple reasons.
She's like, Connor? I'm like, yes, mother. Is she around? Like, no, long story, but she had an early trip to the airport. She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, Mom, I don't know how to say this. She's like, stop right there. That girl's possessed by a demon. And I was like, how do you know? How did you know that? She's like, Connor, she went to the restroom when we were talking, and then that's when I pulled you aside, and I was like, what the hell are you doing? You're dating Muslims now? I'm like, no, Mom, mistake. It was a mistake. But she's like, yeah, you remember that? Well, as soon as you guys left, I had to go pray around the entire home because I felt like this dark presence around me, especially in the bathroom. Like, I felt like she did some voodoo stuff in there, Connor. Like, well, it's funny you say that because as soon as I brought the Bible out, let me tell you, and I went ahead and told her the whole story. So make sure she's an actual believer, guys. Make sure you actually vet this out and bring her to your parents from the get-go.
Man, what a wild story, right? This comment section, y'all, it's got me going, man. But look, first of all, I want to pull up a Bible verse, man, because this should have been the first thing that should have been on young Connor's mind. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 14. It says, "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what
Yep.
fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion hath light with darkness?" Now, I know that she said that she believes in Jesus, right? But they believe in Jesus differently than we do. They believe he's a prophet. So the moment that he found out that she was a Muslim, it should have been, oh, okay, let me go ahead and drop you off. Now, young Connor boy, he's super nice. He's too nice of a guy, in my opinion, if you ask me. Because if this would have been something that he stayed in, that girl would have walked all over him. And there is a certain level of assertiveness you have to stand up for yourself against anyone, not even just a woman. And I don't know if Buddy's got it. Super great guy, super nice guy. But if he gets with the wrong woman, that's going to be an issue down the line. Nonetheless, I digress. He's got this comment section full of proud mothers, as I think he should. This girl, that sounded horrible. Or this person right here says, "Me watching this as a mom." This one right here. And then it says, "May God bring a young man like you into my daughter's life. Someone protect this man." Just listening and reading the comment section. And this person says, "All right, guys, you want to hear one of the worst dates of my life?" Immediately, me and this person's plopping down to listen. Now, when it comes down to it, guys, like, you got to ask a lot of questions. You got to ask a lot of questions when you're dating someone. Now, so me and my wife, we were in a Bible study together for almost a year before we even started dating. And then one day I realized, I like my wife, you know? And not only that, it was during a prayer, 21 days of prayer and fasting at my church. And my pastor was saying, put your hand on your heart if you want to meet your spouse, or if you want to get married, put your hand on your heart. And the weird thing about it is me and my brother both were standing next to each other. We both put our hands on our hearts. We both end up getting married. He meets his wife that night. I start talking to my wife 2 days later, or maybe even the next day later. I can't even remember, but it's so crazy.
Wow.
Anyway, in that time span of the year that I was in Bible study with her, I was asking her all types of questions, not because I was interested in her, but because I was just trying to figure out who this woman was. We were all in the Bible study, judging each other's character, listening to each other's story, testing each other's fruit. Obviously, that's what you do when you're in, and it was more like discipleship. It wasn't just a Bible study. We actually had hard conversations with one another and stuff like that. And so I was like, you're going to be a good wife for somebody one day, you know, and no interest in her whatsoever, you know, not knowing that she was going to be my wife. And then those scales fell off my eyes and I was like, wow, that's going to be my wife, you know? And young Connor here, little buddy, he didn't ask any of those hard questions. Like, yeah, sure. You know, he said that she was a real estate agent. She was a believer in Christ. You know, he got the important stuff out of the way. But I think that if you don't have any conversations about like loyalty or commitment or how you want to raise your children, what church do you go to, you know, things like that. Oh, you know, send each other pictures, you know, oh, I'm at work, like this is one of the houses that I'm selling. She said she was a real estate agent. My wife and I, before we got married, before like she actually moved here because she's from another state, we sent each other pictures all the time because we weren't with one another, right? So like I literally knew every detail about her life. Or we'd spend time on FaceTime. Like we would spend hours on FaceTime together, you know, like that didn't happen. None of that happened. So yeah, man, that's how, you know, he wasn't asking all the questions he was supposed to. Now, not only that, he pulled that Bible out and she started manifesting a demon, you know, like that's how, you know, anybody that when you pull the Bible out, they have such an alarming reaction, bro. That's not normal. That's not normal. That's definitely demonic possession. And I know somebody's going to be like, well, that's not manifesting a demon. You guys are extra. Yeah, it is. She literally starts screaming at the top of her lungs and had a headache and told him, start snapping on him and cussing at him. That's manifestation, guys. It doesn't have to be like sharp teeth and red face with horns. Like a demon manifests in many, many ways. And that was one of them. And so I'm glad that he got her out of there, and I'm glad that he's now single and on the market because this was 5 days ago. So Maybe he'll find the right woman and ask more questions this time around. But hey, let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comment section. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Until then, God bless.
All right, that was a good one, and that also goes hand in hand with the Jezebel spirit as well, because that woman from his description seemed very, very manipulative, and for him to have even been in it 3 months, so man, I've dealt with women like this in my past, and it's terrible, man. It's a terrible thing to attach yourself with or think that you need to be attached to. And they will go out of their way to manipulate you, you know, and it'll tear your mind up, man. That's why we all need Jesus to avoid people like that. They're a complete drain on you. I mean, they will suck the very life and everything from you as much as they can, and they won't stop. It never stops. It never ends. It's always something, you know. But yeah, that was a demonic date from hell. Oh man, that was good.
Switching it up.